Halo ODST Firefight mode released a little while back, completing the Master Chief Collection. This is the first trilogy along with ODST, which is in between, which is during Halo 3. It's from the perspective of the orbital dropship troopers. That's where they get ODST from. And Halo Reach is from the kind of pre-non-Spartans, even though they are Spartans, before Halo 1 on the planet Reach, where you play as the earlier generation Spartans. Now, there is a change to Halo ODST's mode in that now there is online matchmaking, which they didn't have before. You could only join up with friends. The game came out in the early 2010s, I believe, 2010, with Halo ODST, and it was limited to just friends that you had on your Xbox 360, whereas with Halo Reach, they've always had online matchmaking, and it makes a return again. Good thing I do like, though, which I will get into later, is the multiplayer functionality and how well it runs in both of these games. What you're seeing here, though, is the footage of Halo ODST's Firefight mode, and there are some differences. They both have the survival limited type of modes with waves, but the character that you're playing in ODST, it's mainly an aesthetic difference, but how the AI behaves and limitations with what you can do, particularly with vehicles, separates it where it's a different experience along with the aesthetic. They're going with this tactical type of a feel. You have night vision, and also the weapons that you have. You start with the silenced pistol and submachine gun that you haven't had in Halo before. It's kind of counter-strikey a little bit. But there are, in fact, people playing this right now, and it is also available on Xbox Game Pass. Here you're seeing the playlist. You have 3 for Reach and 2 for ODST. Now there are different parameters, like with the arcade mode, but when it has the difficulty, that's the one that is a survival mode. The one I saw with ODST had a limit in the number of waves, but most people don't get to the first set. Like if you're playing with randoms, it'll take a little bit of time, and then with Reach, it's ongoing. But the first day I had issues jumping in, but after a couple days, then the community was back. I was able to jump into Reach and ODST quickly. ODST sticks with the wave-based shooters and games from the late noughties, early 2010s, that you start with a silenced pistol, silenced submachine gun that has range. They're going for tactical. And the enemies that you're fighting against, it's the Halo type of enemies, so there's a variety in the composition, but it's easy to kite them, to just keep your distance and then be shooting around them, and they'll constantly be corralling them kind of in a circle. Vehicles are limited in that you can hijack the smaller ones, like the Brute Chopper, the Ghost, but you can't hijack and take over the Wraith tank. You can just put a grenade on it, and that's it. They changed from the Spartan. Now you have health again, like from Halo 1. There's no dual wielding, and you can't use the items from Halo 3. This is a great game to be starting, though, if you're looking to get into the firefight modes of Halo, because it's easier. There's not as much complexity. Everyone sticks together since you can't just run off in vehicles, and the enemies are more straightforward. Halo Reach has a similar style to the other Halos. It's a little more colorful, less of the browns, and you don't have like the night vision or the lighting, but deceptively more additions. You have abilities like the jetpack, cloak, sprint, the medical bubble thing. And your character, although technically stronger, the game is more difficult because the AI is much fiercer, with both the type of AI that you encounter, how they behave. It's not as easy to kite them, just kind of run around in a circle, because some of them will charge you, and the weapons that they use seem to be more powerful. So I would play this after ODST, and you got to really familiarize yourself with all the different abilities and pick a play style that you like. Couple more throwbacks. The Halo 1 pistol sort of makes a return, seems a little bit weaker. And to a degree, the assault rifle. They try to make it the earlier assault rifle. After a sequence of rounds, you get weapon drops that you're able to pick up, like orbital missiles dropping down or like a Spartan laser, those type of things. Really, you want to be playing this after you are more comfortable with Halo ODST. You get sick of the repetition, because there's quite a bit more here. You're able to hijack, take control of all the vehicles, more weapons, and more variety overall. I recommend both Firefight modes. I mean, you get both with the Master Chief Collection anyway if you're buying this or getting it through Game Pass. Halo Reach has surprised me more. I enjoyed it back in the day, but I appreciate it more now with the improvements in the AI and the variety of weapons, vehicles, engagements, and the abilities of each of the Spartans. There's more longevity because of those factors. But Halo ODST is unique enough from Reach, even with the AI. Like, first, the aesthetic that they go with, it's more these browns and yellows and this, again, this tactical type of a feel. While with the AI, it's easy to jump in, and it's a more focused experience because you're not all running around the map. You can't do anything that you want. You don't have any abilities. So typically you stick around, and with the behavior of the AI, it's more beneficial to do so, it seems. So this is a good one to be starting out on, and since this one looks the most different from other Halos too because of the color changes. So check both out. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you dislike it, give it a dislike. If you really liked it, subscribe. You're picking it up on Game Pass. Check out the links below, and I will see you next time.